Hello Eternal Life fans, it's Rowan from the Eternal Life Fan Club, and today we're going to talk about peanut butter and why I love it so much. Well, peanuts are just a really cool food. And peanuts, okay, have you ever seen a peanut plant burrow underground and grow the peanut underground? So just from a perspective of just looking at nature, peanuts are one of the more unique foods. It's actually a legume, so it's not technically, botanically a nut, but it's very high in protein. So I wanted to talk about why I prefer to get my protein source from peanut butter mainly. Like why don't I get my protein from meat? Okay, I do get some of my protein from sardines, but the majority, the bulk of my protein in my diet comes from peanut butter, and I have reasons for that. Well, for one, peanut butter is actually just a very cheap food. So, you know, you could think of peanut butter as being like the protein for the poor. It's a great meat substitute. Throughout history, it's actually been used as a meat substitute. The guy who's considered like the father of the peanut butter industry in America, George Washington Carver, okay, he discovered over 300 uses for peanuts. And one of the things he really promoted was peanuts as a source of protein for the poor, okay, who couldn't afford a lot of meat. Because meat is very expensive, but peanut butter really has tons of protein. It really is a great meat substitute. Some people would say, well, aren't you afraid of peanut butter? Peanut butter has been really demonized in the health industry. Okay, people are so afraid of peanut butter because of the aflatoxins, right? We hear about all the aflatoxins, the molds, the toxic mold that grows on peanut butter, and the mycotoxins that the mold produces. The reason I'm not really concerned about that is because the peanut butter is a very tightly regulated industry. Okay, we're very blessed that, you know, they really monitor the amount of aflatoxin that is the levels of aflatoxin that are allowed in peanut butter. So this is strictly monitored, and it's actually safer to eat peanut butter than to buy, you know, go to the bulk bin of a health food store and just buy all the peanuts in the bulk bin, because those really aren't monitored as much, and you're more likely to get tons of too much aflatoxin from just buying bulk peanuts, or, you know, peanuts in the shell or something. Peanut butter, much safer because they test it, okay? So, you know, in fact, the aflatoxin in peanut butter might actually be one of the blessings, the hidden blessings in peanut butter, because you might get a hormetic benefit. Hormesis is this principle where you get toxins in smaller dosages, and those toxins actually help the body. So Dr. Rhonda Patrick even thought about this. She's like, hey, you know, what if mycotoxins actually actually act on the body like a hormetic stressor? And so it's like it actually could benefit you. Think about that. Right? People have been really saying peanut butter is this food that can kill people, right? Because in the news we hear stories every now and then where there's a salmonella contamination of the peanut butter that ends up killing some people. So it's really a food that's kind of closely linked with death, okay? Because people have been dying from peanut butter every so often. It's actually one of the most common things that's like contaminated with salmonella poisoning, okay? The way you can avoid this salmonella poisoning is you buy a lot of peanut butter. Okay, so you have a huge stock of peanut butter, and you wait about a month before you actually eat the peanut butter. And you can monitor the news so that, you know, by the time you're eating your peanut butter, you know it's safe, because otherwise there would have been a news story of some salmonella outbreak. So that's how you can kind of protect yourself from dying of salmonella. So I do that. I buy lots of peanut butter, you know, buy cases of peanut butter. And it's really a cheap food. Like at Trader Joe's, that's where I get my peanut butter. Okay, at Trader Joe's, it's only $2 for an entire thing of peanut butter. That's a lot of peanut butter. That's a lot of calories. That's a lot of nutrients for $2. Very cheap. Another reason people are afraid of peanut butter is because of all the lectins. It's a very high lectin food, which is common for legumes. Okay?
Got it.
Now, there's 2 American beans that everyone should stay away from. Peanuts are not a nut. They're a bean.
So good, though. So if you get lectin-free peanut butter.
There is no such thing.
Dang it. Okay.
So get almond butter instead.
Yes.
It's much
so
safer.
No peanut butter.
No, stay away from it.
You should eliminate it 100% from your
Absolutely.
system.
We can take, and this has been done, men, feed them peanuts, take their bowel movements, feed them to rats, and you will grow cancerous cells in the rat colon because they've been exposed to the peanut lectin.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Love peanut butter, though.
Oh. So get almond butter instead.
Yes.
It's much
so
safer.
No peanut butter.
You chose poorly.
Now, lectins aren't really a problem if you can digest them. So, rather than just not eating peanut butter because it's got some lectins in it, instead, maybe try healing your gut. Okay, really focus on healing your gut, get to the root of the problem, so that you can actually digest peanut butter and it's not gonna, hurt you. But yeah, if you have a leaky gut syndrome, you're not gonna probably handle peanut butter too well. So you gotta really fix your gut so you can actually digest peanut butter.
You have chosen wisely.
And I'm still gonna make my video on how to heal the gut. That is coming, okay? How to fix the leaky gut. Stay tuned for that. Alright, so it's pretty cool that peanut butter is so much cheaper than meat. And but let's say money was not an option, okay? Let's say I can afford as much meat. So I could afford as much sardines as I wanted to. Sardines is really the only meat I eat, by the way, but let's say I can afford to eat all my protein from sardines. Would I do that? No, I would still eat the bulk of my protein from peanut butter because I think it's healthier in the long term. Too much, and here's why, okay? Too much protein from meat, even sardines, okay, you want to limit this. You want to limit meat protein because meat protein is very high in bioavailable phosphorus, okay? And too much phosphorus in your food is very taxing on the kidneys. This is why people with chronic kidney disease are told to limit meat, okay? Because phosphorus is actually something you don't want a lot of. And so the phosphorus in peanut butter is actually not as bioavailable. So you're not absorbing as much of it, so it's not going to be as hard on the kidneys to process. All that phosphorus is very taxing on the kidneys. This is why, from a standpoint of longevity, you want the bulk of your protein to be coming from plant protein as opposed to meat protein, okay? Because you don't want, most of the time, we want minerals. We want our minerals to be bioavailable. But not so in the case of phosphorus. It's different with phosphorus. Same with iron, right? We don't want our iron to be bioavailable because too much iron is really bad for us. From a longevity standpoint, too much iron wreaks havoc on the body. It ages the body. It's a pro-oxidant. Well, too much phosphorus is really bad on the kidneys. So this is why, even if money wasn't an issue, I would still be eating peanut butter as the bulk of my protein.
If you have kidney disease, you may already know you need to watch the phosphorus in your diet. Most people end up eating more phosphorus than they actually need. It is the kidney's job to filter out and throw away the extra phosphorus that the body doesn't need. It is important to eat low phosphorus foods to help keep the phosphorus levels in your blood from getting too high, to avoid problems like heart disease, damage to blood vessels, or weak and brittle bones.
You don't want to screw up your kidneys. Kidneys are like the foundation of our health. So if you're going to be eating this like high meat diet, expect to destroy your kidneys. I wouldn't go there, okay? All these people on the carnivore diet, it's so trendy these days, eating the all meat diet. Maybe in the short term, this can have useful applications, like maybe if you have leaky gut, you want to temporarily restrict everything from plants to heal your gut, right? But in the long term, this is not going to be good for your longevity. So you got to consider that. This is why you have to eventually figure out how to heal your gut so you can eat peanut butter, okay? So you can eat plant protein. And another reason you don't want to be eating too much of your protein from meat, especially beef. Beef is actually one of the worst amino acid profiles. So protein is made up of all these different amino acids. And if these amino acids are not balanced properly, the end breakdown of this protein is going to leave your body with glycation, okay? Advanced glycation end products. And so beef especially does not have the right balance, and you actually get more glycation from the end breakdown of beef rather than peanuts is actually one of the best overall amino acid profiles, okay, for preventing glycation.
AGEs are one of the causes for our aging. These harmful compounds can affect arteries, making them stiff and rigid. They can also cause wrinkles, damage tissue, or lead to even more serious issues. In fact, AGEs have been shown to play a key role in the development of several chronic diseases, like vision impairment, diabetes, heart disease, Alzheimer's, and kidney damage.
And as far as meat is concerned, fish, much like peanut butter, has a more balanced ratio of amino acids that it's going to leave you with less glycation end products. So beef is not the best. Instead of eating so much beef, replace that beef protein with fish and peanut butter if you can. So if you want a better explanation as far as this whole amino acid profile and how this relates to advanced glycogen end products in the body, and why peanut butter is actually one of the best amino acid profiles for longevity, in the description of this video, I will link an article explaining this more in depth. This concludes my peanut butter video. I hope it helped you. I hope you are inspired to go out there and eat peanut butter as your staple source of protein. Peanut butter is, I think, one of the things that can help us actually prevent death. Okay, it's been associated with death, but I think it's gonna be one of the secrets to living forever.
I love this sticky stuff Mom puts in our sandwiches. What do you call it? Peanut butter.
London, great news.
Me first. I like peanut butter.
That's it. Thank you. And may you live forever.
Black ocean, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black ocean, won't you come, won't you come?